Hello, Rob. Nice to see you. Well, virtually. So you're going to need a strap today. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can easily use a belt or a scarf. So you can grab that now. You're also going to need, a chair, like any kind of chair, because we're going to use that at the end for Shavasana to take a little bit of pressure off the lower back to stack our legs on. So you'll need a chair, I'm pointing the wrong way, a chair and a belt, scarf or strap. And we're going to focus today on yoga for the lower back. It was a request from someone who's been coming to these sessions. So we all have different ways in which we hold ourselves with habitual postural patterns, and yoga is a really helpful way to us to bring awareness to any imbalances, to bring awareness to our posture while strengthening and stretching the body. So I'd love to invite you to begin by finding your posture here by coming into a comfortable seated position. If you've got your chair, you can actually sit on your chair for this. That could be quite a nice way to start, with your feet flat on the floor. You can also pop a cushion under your bum, or you can just sit however you normally would sit. And close the eyes. Start to feel that lifting up from the top of the head, so you can feel the spine lengthen. You might tuck the chin down ever so slightly, feeling a little bit of length in the neck there. Hi, Julian and Sandra. Hello, Eric. Welcome. And so whilst you start to arrive on your mat, notice your posture, notice the shoulders rolling down the back, the length up through the back. You can imagine you're breathing all the way down to your lower back as well here. You might want to specifically bring your awareness to the lower back area and imagine that you can somehow physically send the breath to this part of the body. So whilst you're sitting here, coming to your breath and noticing your posture, I'll chat a little bit more about today's theme. So I do often name my videos with specific titles like Yoga for Core, or like today, Yoga for Lower Back. And whilst we can work with certain parts of the body as a theme in this way, it's also super important to remember that in yoga, we treat the body as a whole. So yoga works with the physical, emotional, and energetic body, and we see the anatomy as all part of the same system. So, for example, we might be specifically focusing on postures to strengthen the core, but we'll be doing all sorts of stuff with the rest of the body at the same time. There's nothing existing in isolation. And that's the same with things like pain. We might have pain present in the neck, but the tension's actually traveling up from somewhere else. Might have problems in the gut linked to emotional stress, all that kind of stuff. But today we are going to focus, on yoga postures that can help support the lower back specifically. So what we're going to do is some gentle stretching and also some strengthening of the glutes, which can help as a preventative measure for lower back pain, because correct functioning of the gluteal complex of muscles can help protect the structures of the lumbar spine. So you can come straight from your seated posture now to lying on your backs, and I kind of just made this one up. Let's see how it goes. So you're going to come to lie on your back. You can have the feet on the floor though, rather than the feet stretched out, so we'll have the feet a bit further away from the hips, and make fists with your hands. Press down through the feet to lift up the hips a little. We're going to place the fists under the fleshy parts of the bum, and then let the bum relax down. So you might have used like tennis balls or foam rollers, things like that. This is just a way that I was experimenting with today to use the body. So your knuckles are probably digging quite a lot into the fleshy parts of your bum now. And what you can do here is you can play around with what it feels like for you. You might want to rock the knees from side to side very slowly to alternate between butt cheeks. Or you might want to move the fists like to the left, to the right, so you're getting up more into like the parts of the lower back. You can experiment with where the pressure goes. So I guess what we're doing is starting here with a butt massage using our knuckles. And if you've been experimenting with waving the knees from side to side, you can also see what it's like to have the knees still and to take a moment just letting yourself relax completely here with the pressure of the knuckles on your muscles. And then we'll gently lift the hips up, move the hands out, and you can flash your fingers here. And then we'll take the hands to the rib cage, to either side of the lower rib cage. So left on the left side, right hand on the right side. And notice the breath here. So inhale, expansion. Exhale, a slight sense of falling, of drawing in. And we're going to do some pelvis tilts. We did this the other day in the power yoga if you were here. So before we bring the breath in, let's just first lengthen the tailbone away and spread the back into the mat. And then tilt the pelvis like you're drawing your tailbone back up towards your head across the mat. You'll make a little arch in your back there. You might even be able to use your hands to feel into the space between your back and the floor. And then pop your hands back on your ribs. Tuck the tailbone away and feel the back spread to the mat. So it's almost like the mat is meeting the whole of the back. And then from there, you'll arch the back a little, tilt the pelvis. And we'll bring the breath in. So as you inhale, we've got this arch in the back. The pelvis is tilted. As you exhale, you tuck the tailbone, you spread the back down, and you engage the lower belly. So pull the lower belly down. Inhale, feel that arch in the back. Exhale, spread the lower back, hug the lower belly in. But don't over exaggerate the arch here. So it's a really subtle movement. If you feel like you're making it really big, then back off a little bit and keep following the breath. So the tuck of the tailbone, the hugging of the lower belly is always on the exhale. Okay, now the next time you tuck the tailbone, hug the lower belly down, you're going to lift the feet off the floor, keep the knees bent. You can keep the ankles together, the inner parts of the feet together. And the lower legs are diagonal. And then you can bring the knees ever so slightly further over towards you so they're not directly above the hips. Start to really feel how the lower back does spread into the mat here. The tailbone tucks up a little and you're engaging your abdomen, feeling that slight sense of hardness, of that slight sense of like pulling down, pulling in. Take a few breaths here. Then we'll inhale and exhale to very slowly lower the feet to the mat. Take the soles of the feet together. You might want to use your hands here to really mindfully start to open the legs out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Knees come out to the side and bring your hands once again to the lower rib cage. Noticing the breath here. And you'll probably notice here as well that there's that slight natural curve of the lower back. We're going to use the hands to support either side of the thighs, lift the legs together, and hug the knees towards the chest, rolling from side to side. Nice massage here for the lower back. You can keep rolling from side to side if you like that feeling, or you can start to bring your head up towards your knees as though you're going to kiss your knees, and you're getting a bit of core engagement there. Then lower everything back down. Where did I put my strap? And we're going to grab our strap, scarf, or belt here. So you'll still be lying on your back. You're going to take the strap or the belt just on the bit beneath the toes, so the ball of the foot. And let the arms relax down the strap so that the shoulders can relax, touching the floor. Your left foot is flexed, so the foot on the floor that is relaxed, the leg on the floor that is relaxed, we're going to make it active by drawing the toes in towards the body. The right leg is lengthening up. You're reaching up and away through the heel, and you're holding onto either side of the strap. And take a few deep breaths here. You can close your eyes, let the jaw relax, feel the head heavy on the floor. And this pose helps to create a bit of traction in the lower back, which can relieve compression or tension. It's also a really nice way to stretch the hamstrings without putting any stress on the vertebrae, because as you can feel, our backs are nice and relaxed on the floor here. Then very gently, we'll take the strap off that side of the leg, stretch the right leg out, and take a moment here to bring awareness to both legs. Can you feel a slight imbalance here? Perhaps like the right leg is longer than the left as you lie on the back. Then bring the strap to the same place, just beneath the toes on the left side this time, reaching up and away through the left heel, letting the hands relax down the strap so the shoulders can relax, the back is really relaxed. Right toes draw up towards the body on the floor, so the leg on the floor is active. You can close the eyes if you like here, or you can keep a fixed point with the gaze up to the big toe. This is known in yoga as the drishti, and it helps us with our focus. And you might like to, again, imagine that you can breathe all the way down to your lower back. Notice how this stretch feels in the back of the left leg in comparison to the right. Do you notice any differences? And then slowly release that leg. Pop the strap to one side. Cup the left knee in the left palm when you're ready, and the right knee in the right palm. Then gently guide the knees out to the side and a little up towards you. Bring the big toes to touch, and we're going to draw the knees to tap each other at center. Push them away from the body, bring them out to the side, up towards the body, in to tap, out and round. So we're making kind of little circles or squares with the knees. And then go the other way. This can also help to relieve lower back tension. When you're ready, hug both knees towards you, roll over to one side, and let's make our way onto our left side for clamshells. So you can come with your left side of the body on the floor, make a little pillow with your left hand and the left elbow on the floor. The heels are like in line with the hips and the knees are forward away from the body. Take your hand to the top hip here and flex both feet. Then slowly start to lift the right knee and slowly start to lower it so it touches the left. Very slowly lift and lower. Then we'll bring the breath in. So inhale to lift. Exhale, slow, controlled, lower. Then follow your breath here, your pace of movement. Keeping the feet flexed. The next time that you open the top knee, we're going to make little pulses here, so just tiny pulses. Probably start to feel that firing up in the right side. Keep the breath steady. Then lower that knee, and this time stretch the legs out. You might want to take your right hand to the floor here for balance. Feel for engaging the core, finding your balance there. Then flex both feet so the toes are drawing up towards you. Left leg stays on the floor, right leg lifts up and down, but not only up, also diagonally back a little bit. So it's like you're lifting the heel up and back at the same time. And keep a fixed point for your gaze, for your drishti. And keep your awareness on the breath as you move here. And the next time that your foot goes up, let's make tiny little circles. Still flexing both feet. And then little circles in the other direction. Then inhale here. Exhale, lower the right leg. Bring both hands to the floor. And you'll be kneeling up. So your bum sits on your heels. Let's take a moment here to inhale. Reach the arms up. Bring palms together. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach arms up, spread them wide. Exhale, hands by the sides. And we'll go over to the other side now. So now you've got your right side of the body on the floor. We're going to support the head with our right palm. And we'll take the same posture on the other side. Left hand on left hip, feet flexed. Very slowly inhale to lift the left knee. Exhale, lower down. Fixed point with the gaze for your drishti. And keep moving with the breath. So you're always inhaling up and exhaling to slowly lower. The next time that you open the left knee to the side, make tiny little pulses, keeping that fixed point of the gaze. And then slowly lower down and take the legs out long, feet flexed. You can take your left fingertips to the floor for balance and start to slowly lift the left leg up and back diagonally a little bit and slowly lower. Fixed point for the gaze, mindful, slow movements, engaging the core as well. Good. This next time that the leg lifts, let's make tiny little circles one way and then the other way. Inhale, reach the heel back and away. Exhale, slowly, slowly lower. Use the hands for support. Come into your kneeling position or cross-legged, whatever works for you. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms together. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach, arms up. Exhale, spread, arms down by the side. Then come into all fours here. Moving through cat-cows. So we'll start by inhaling at center. Exhale, push the ground round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, chin comes up. Exhale, push the floor as you round through the back. Inhale, chest scoops forward, gaze up. Exhale, gaze within. Inhale, look forward. Then bring the big toes to touch the knees as wide as the mat. Bum settles down on the heels, and pad the hands up from side to side a few times here before finally lowering all the way down to your child's pose, resting the forehead on the mat or on stacked fists, whatever works for you. And again, here imagine you can send the breath all the way to the lower back, like you're breathing care into that area, feeling it expand on the inhale and relax on the exhale. Inhale to slowly come up, and we'll come all the way up so our hips are stacked above our knees. Step the right foot forward so you've got a bit of a right angle on the right leg and the left leg here. Hands to hips, and feel for lengthening the lower back down here, lifting up through the crown of the head. And then you're going to deliberately start to squeeze the left glute and pull the right foot back a little. I mean, it's going to stay in the same place on the mat, but imagine you're pulling your right foot towards you, and imagine you're squeezing your left knee towards the heel of the right foot. So you've got this squeezing in towards the center from forward and from back. Keep squeezing the left glute, reaching the left hip forward, and feel for plugging the right thigh bone back into its socket. And you should feel a stretch here in the front of the left hip. Doing a psoas stretch. The hands can stay on the hips, or you can bring them up above the head with long arms. And then we will change sides. So this time the left foot comes forward, the right knee is beneath the right hip. We've got right ankles on either side, hands to hips. Squeeze the right glute. Lengthen the lower back down, lift up and back through the left hip crease. Then start to squeeze the back knee forwards and squeeze the front foot backwards, so you've got that squeezing in. Notice if you can feel that in the front of the right hip, and then feel free to lengthen the arms up if you would like to. Take a few steady breaths here. And then let's come all the way down onto our bellies. We're coming into Sphinx posture now. So the tops of the feet are on the floor. We're taking the elbows directly beneath the shoulders and the palms spread on the ground. You can feel here for the pelvis and the fronts of the thighs pressing down into the floor as you take the gaze down the nose. So the gaze is roughly at the top of your mat, or it might be right down to your chest if you want to actually nod the chin down. Feel what's right for your neck here, whether the gaze is lifted or whether the chin nods down and the head is heavy. Keep your fingers spread. You can also feel for a bit of traction there in the sense of pulling your hands back towards the body to help scoop your chest forward. You can completely relax your legs here as well. Take an inhale and an exhale. Stack your palms so you've got a little pillow with your hands, and rest your forehead on your pillow. And you'll notice here a little bit of pressure on the brow from the backs of your hands. You can also wave your head from side to side to massage out the muscles in the forehead. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way to our Shavasana using our chair, or if you've got a bit of sofa nearby, anything like that. If not, you can also stack a cushion under the knees. That should have the same effect. So from here, we're going to stack our legs onto our support and let ourselves lie back. And this is a really nice way to relax the lower back, because sometimes if we're lying flat on our backs, the weight of the legs can kind of pull a little bit on the lower back. So this is giving our lower back a real bit of rest here. Close your eyes, let the palms face up in acceptance by the sides of the body. And just like in any Shavasana here, we're going to start to allow the body to really relax. So you might feel a sense of heaviness in the parts of the body that touch the floor, so the backs of the hands, the back of the head, shoulders. And feel for a sense of the legs being really heavy as well, and they're fully supported by your chair, by your cushion, your sofa. So if you do notice that you're still holding in any way, let that go. Let the body be fully supported. Then notice the movement of the breath. Which parts of the body can you really feel moving with the breath? And check in again, is there anywhere you're still holding? Can you relax the jaw a bit more? Can you soften the muscles in the face anymore? How are the feet doing? Do the feet have any more relaxation in them right now? Then gently start to deepen your breath. Feel free to stay here and just close down your device. This is a really good place to stay. Or if you're ready to head out into the rest of your day, then you can slowly start to bring the feet to the edge of your support and roll over to one side. Take a moment here, curled up in a little ball, to once again notice the breath. You might have a deliberate yawn here, making a sound perhaps on the exhale. And then slowly, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered, make your way to a seated position. Palms together at heart center in Anjali Mudra, bowing the head down to the hands. So you're bowing your mind intelligence to your body intelligence and recognizing that they are whole and one together. Inhale, reach your prayer up above your head. Exhale, take your prayer down to the floor. Tap your brow with your thumbs. And then you're ready to head out into the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. And today is the 1st of May, which I believe is a fire celebration. So I hope you get to spend a little bit of time out in nature, even in these strange stay-home conditions. So see you next time that you can make it, and thanks for coming.